Hey guys, so update on my birthday nails. They've been on for 3 weeks now, a little over 3 weeks. And as you can see, we've had some casualties. So what happened was, so I'm filming this on Saturday the 31st, and this Sunday, or might have been Monday, I don't know, it was Sunday or Monday, so the 25th or the 26th, I had gone to the grocery store, and I forgot that, like, my trunk on my car doesn't always stay open. So as I'm trying to grab the groceries out of my trunk, it had fallen down and slammed down onto my head, and as I was seeing that it was falling, it all happened so quick. Like, I saw that it was falling, but I wasn't quick enough to, like, stop it from falling, but at the same time it hit my nails as it was coming down. And then also, like, after it hit my head, I, like, backed away, but as it was going down further to close all the way, my nails were still kind of in the way. So, we lost a few, like, this nail specifically lost some charms and some rhinestones, and then this nail here, it didn't break from the trunk slamming shut, but what happened was it ended up lifting my nail and, like, ripping it up off my natural nail. So I just decided to cut the length off, because having that length there was pretty heavy. Once the nails lifted, if you have long nails like I usually do, all that extra length gets really heavy, and it puts a lot of pressure there where the nail is still connected onto your natural nail. So I decided to just go ahead and cut that off to prevent any further damage to the nail. I honestly should have taken it completely off, because, you know, you can get a greenie from, like, moisture getting in there, so, like, from washing hands, taking a shower and everything. But I have not had the time to go in and, like, clip these charms off and then file it down or anything. So I finally have the time now, and that's what I'm doing. But other than that, the rhinestone glue that I used, the Glitz and Glam one, it held up pretty well. I will say, like, this nail, I'm just now realizing I'm missing a charm on this nail. I don't know where that went. It was there yesterday. Anyhow, as you can see, like, some of the rhinestones, like, the faces on them, or, like, the little colored part has fallen off, and a lot of these fell off before the trunk incident, but some of them did fall off during the trunk incident. But you can see, like, the backing of the rhinestone is still there, but, like, the blue part of it is gone. I don't know if that's, like, a good thing or a bad thing when it comes to this nail glue. Like, I feel like it's a good thing because the backing is still on, but also, like, the face, or whatever it's called, of the rhinestone is gone. But everything else has held up quite nicely. Everything's still mostly attached, except for those ones that I lost. But for the most part, I think that nail glue is really good, especially with, you know, having that incident with the trunk. Like, it could have ripped off way more of these charms, but it only took off a couple right here. I think there was, like, a heart and a bow maybe right here that it took off, along with a few rhinestones. And then none of the charms came off of this nail when it hit. There was one right here, but I had to clip that off in order to cut down the nail. But, yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with that rhinestone glue, with how well it has held up over 3 weeks. I will also say I feel like it didn't really have a fair chance after what happened with my trunk, but other than that, I think it held up pretty well. And I was right about like this lollipop and the paint coming off. It only happened on that one. It didn't happen on this one. Well, it started to come off on this little bow. The dinosaur is still there. The elephant ear came off. So I should have top coated those, but like I said in that video when I did these, I didn't feel like top coating anything, any of the charms. And well, I only top coated the little pearl hearts, which held up pretty well, except for that one. But yeah, that's the update on this set and that rhinestone glue. I told you guys I would update you on that rhinestone glue and how I felt about it. I feel like it's a good rhinestone glue. Like I said, everything for the most part held on with it getting whacked by my trunk. So I'll say it's a good rhinestone glue. So if you're looking for rhinestone glue, the glitz, I don't know where it's at the moment, but it's like glitz and glam, I think, maybe. I don't know. It's linked in that other video. I'll also link it in this video for anyone who's interested in that rhinestone glue. But yeah, also before I do anything else in this video, I just wanted to real quick do some swatching of these gel polishes that I bought. They are from Madame Glam's recent collection they released. I think it's, I forgot what it's called, but it's like back to school theme, or well, it's school themed because they released it like when it's back to school season or whatever. But there's 8, I know there's 8 colors. There's these 4 glitters that are all hollow glitters, and then there's 4 cream colors that are the same colors as the hollow ones. So there's a green, an orange, a blue, and a red cream. I didn't really care for those, so I didn't buy those. So I just bought the hollow ones because I thought they were super pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch those real quick for you. So this is the orange one. It's called Treasure Book. Can you see that? Okay, there you go. Now my nail is getting in the way and causing it to focus. I love hollow polish so much. Like, it's probably my favorite. I don't use it often because a lot of the times what I'm doing doesn't require it, but I would like to use it a lot more because I just love how it looks. I love all of the like rainbow reflex that are in it. Like, that is so pretty. I will also show you what they look like after or under flash, so you can really see that hollow a lot better. But like, hold on, let me see if I can get this to focus better. You can kind of see the hollow in it. And then we have the red one here, which is called Art Room. And, you know, I've said before, I'm not really a huge fan of red nail polish or gel polish, whatever, on myself. I like how it looks on other people, but on myself I feel like it doesn't look that great. But I couldn't pass up on this because it's hollow. It may be red, but it's hollow. This would look really good for, like, be really good for Christmas, I feel like. They're looking pretty good with just one coat as well. I feel like they're gonna be even better with 2 coats. Don't ask me how to say that. I've been trying to sit here and figure that out, and I have no idea. And I'm not even going to attempt to try and say that because I'm going to sound real stupid if I do. I like this one too. It's kind of like, I feel like a mossy green almost. And then lastly, the blue one. It's kind of a purpley blue. It's called Science Lab. I love this one. Yeah, I saw these when they released them and I was like, I need these hollow gel polishes because, like I said, I absolutely love hollow. Like, if I could just do my nails hollow all the time, I would, but that wouldn't make for very good content to just paint my nails different hollow color every time. So pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and cure those. And here they are with just one coat. They're so pretty. And the hollow on them. I'm gonna turn the flash on real quick so you guys can see. There we go. You can really see that hollow. They actually look really good with just one coat. Sometimes with hollow polishes like this, they're kind of see-through, but these ones are really good. They're like have really good coverage. You can't see through them at all, which I'm a little surprised about, but also I'm like, it's Madam Glam. Most of their stuff is one coat coverage, as long as it's not like a sheer color. They're so pretty. I am gonna do a second coat on these though. I'm gonna do that off camera real quick. And here they are with 2 coats and a top coat. These are so pretty. I love these so much. Like I said, I absolutely love hollow. This orange one, under the flash here on camera, at least from the angle that I'm seeing it at on camera, it's kind of looking like a silver-ish kind of hollow. Unless you hold it kind of like at this angle, then you can see the orange. It's like a very light orange, whereas like the red, green, and blue are very vibrant. I feel like the orange isn't as vibrant, but it also looks really cool. It's almost kind of like rose goldish looking to me. But I really love these. And I need to figure out how to incorporate them in a bunch of different sets. I feel like the orange and the green will work here during like fall. I could probably do some cool stuff with those during the fall season. Maybe even the red, but I feel like the red's gonna look even better for like Christmas stuff. I don't know. I just want to paint everything with these and do like all nail art with these hollows. But that is it for this swatching. I am going to take off this set and then we'll go into my next set that I'm going to do. It's not going to include these. I just wanted to share these because I just got them. But my next nail set here is going to be a Beetlejuice nail set. Since the new Beetlejuice movie comes out on the 6th, and I am going to go see that with my mom and one of my sisters. I'm super excited for that, and I wanted to do my nails for that. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. So I am going to go ahead and switch over to the voiceover, and when I come back you will see that I have a new fresh set of nails on. And then I did just real quick want to show them outside in the sunlight so you can see how those colors and the hollow looks out in the sun. Now moving on to my nail set. Like I said, I was going to pop back in with a new set on. I did do the underneath part of my nails off camera just because I was in a time crunch when I was doing that, and it takes me twice as long to do my nails when I'm filming versus when I do them off camera. So I did have to do those off camera, but what I did was draw a swirl with ball pits, emo black gel liner, and then I put down a layer of base coat, poured some green glow powder on, painted over top of that with ball pits the white, and then built up my nails with my LGN crystal clear builder gel, file shaped and buffed those. And now for the ring and the pointer nail, I'm taking ball pits the white and painting those two. I do 2 coats of the white and I cure each coat for 60 seconds. And then for the pinky nails, I'm using Sizzling Lime from Madam Glam. As you can see here, the difference between where it's white on the nail and where it's not white was very different looking. So I ended up going ahead and putting 1 coat of the white on my pinky, middle, and thumb, because I knew on my pinky and middle fingers I was going to do glitter, but on my thumbs I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do. I had an idea in mind, but I was kind of thinking about doing something different. So I just went ahead and did a coat of white on those, just in case I did end up changing the design that I wanted to do. But after that, I took Recently Deceased from Nails by Dev and painted the middle finger with that. I did 2 coats of that and I cured each coat for 60 seconds. And I don't think I said, but I did end up doing 2 coats of that green glitter on the pinky nails and I cured each coat for 60 seconds. Now I'm taking the Emo Black Liner Gel from Ball Pit and I believe this was my 20mm liner brush, and I'm just doing some vertical lines down the nail. Like I said earlier, I am doing a Beetlejuice set because the new Beetlejuice movie was coming, or well, came out on the 6th. I did go and see it with my mom and sister. Actually, as I'm doing this voiceover, I just got home from seeing it, and it was so good. I really loved it. I do like the first one better, but that's usually how it goes. I feel like with sequels, the first one's always better, except for when it came to Shrek. Shrek 2 was the better one, I feel like. But anyhow, Beetlejuice was a really good movie, and if you liked Beetlejuice, then I feel like you'll like Beetlejuice as well. But anyhow, I'm doing these lines down the nails to be like, you know, Beetlejuice's suit. And once I got I did these first 3 lines, and then I did flash cure it because I realized I messed up a little bit, and I did the lines towards me first instead of starting with the lines that were farthest away from me. So I was going to have to reach over these 3 lines here to get to doing those other 2 lines on the other side. So I did flash cure these 3 in place before doing those other 2. That way I wouldn't risk bumping into them and messing them up at all. I will say this video is sped up quite a bit, but with as slow as I was painting, it does not look like it is sped up very much at all, but it is sped up quite a bit, especially when doing straight lines like this. It does take me a while, and I do move very slowly to try and make sure that I get them as straight as possible. There was some cleanup involved. I just took a little cleanup brush, dipped it in alcohol, and you know, scrubbed it away. I did that like off camera though, so I could like hold it close to my face and see what I was doing. I also only showed doing the stripes on that one nail, just because it was really repetitive, and I knew this video was going to be pretty long with all of the nail art and how detailed some of the stuff was going to be. So I got those stripes on, and after I got all of the stripes on the nail, I did go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds, and then I moved on to the pinky nails and doing the little beetles on those nails. So I just painted on the little bodies with the emo black liner gel, and then I decided I was going to use this like chameleon chrome that I have to make them like those one like chrome looking beetles. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I remember when I lived in Missouri, they were like everywhere, especially like around my house. I always saw them all the time, and they were super pretty, but like I don't like bugs like that, so I liked seeing them from a distance, but not when they were close to me or like in the house. But they were always really pretty because they were kind of like that shiny chrome look. They kind of were like they shifted kind of between like green and yellow almost. They were super pretty. So I decided to use a chameleon chrome that shifts kind of the same way, like the green and yellow, and there's a little pink in there too. I thought it would look really good. So I drew on the beetles. I did 3 beetles on the pinky nail, and I kind of did them in different directions to look like they were crawling in different directions on the nail. Got them drawn on, cured for 15 seconds, and then applied that chrome powder. And then I went on to add some little details onto the beetle, but I ended up not liking how it looked, so I did wipe off the nail, which ended up me wiping off the chrome as well. But that worked out in the end, that I had to wipe that chrome off, because when I first put that chrome on, it covered the legs and the little like antenna things that are on it, and After I put that chrome on and I saw it was like that, I realized I probably should have done the bodies first and then put the chrome on and then do the legs, because I remembered that on those little beetles, like their legs and their little antenna thingies were just plain black, and so were like their bellies. So it ended up working out that way, the me wiping it off. And to reapply that chrome, I just applied the what's it called, the black liner gel onto the little bodies and heads, and then applied the chrome again, and then went back in and redid the details on that, and it looked a lot better. But I didn't show me redoing that on camera because you get the idea here just seeing me do it this first time. And I basically did the same thing, just tweaked it a little bit to make it look a little bit better than it did originally. So for the middle nail, I am doing the sandworm. I did the outline of it with Ball Pit's sketching gel. It's a new gel that she came out specifically for like sketching out your nail art before you go in and paint it. I will have a video on that because she came out with a whole new collection and that sketching gel, and I did buy the collection and the sketching gel. That will be my next couple videos that I do, will be on that. But so I sketched that out with that sketching gel first, and now I'm going in with the Angel White liner gel from Ball Pit and doing the body of the sandworm and the little mini sandworm that's inside of the larger sandworm, filling those in. Once I get that all filled in and how I wanted it to look, I did go ahead and cure that for a full 60 seconds, since there is going to be layers of other gel polish on top. I wanted to make sure that this white gel polish was fully cured before I went in with anything else on top of it. And my original plan for this set was to do this sandworm on both my middle fingers, but once I started doing this and like doing all the little details and everything that go into it, I was realizing this was a much more difficult character to paint on the nail. I thought it was going to be a little bit easier because it's like a squiggly line and then some stripes and then you do an eye and whatever, you know. But it actually ended up being a little more difficult than I was anticipating, and that is even with using my dominant hand. It was difficult, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this with my non-dominant hand. So instead, on my right hand, I just did like as if the body of the sandworm is wrapping around the nail. I don't show that on camera at all, but you will see it at the end. So it'll make sense at the end when you see it, if like you can't visualize what I was trying to say, or if like what I was saying didn't make any sense. I'm not really gonna explain what's going on here with the sandworm. You can kind of just watch and see what's going on. I think I do show like all the different colors that I used for it, but for the eyes I used Lifeguard Crush from Ball Pit. I also used Mimosa from Madam Glam. The mouth outline is, what was that? Good Game from Nails by Dev. I used the white liner gel from Ball Pit, as well as the black liner gel from Ball Pit. I also did switch over to using my 11mm liner brush for all these smaller detailed paintings that I'm doing on these other nails. Also, all the like super teeny tiny little details on this sandworm I did off camera, just because I needed it like right in front of my face to see what I was doing, because they were super small and I do have to hold my hand pretty far away when I'm filming to make sure I'm staying like in frame and everything. So there are some little details of that you don't see me do on camera, just because I did need my hand like up close in my face as I was doing it. But you can see like where those little jumps and cuts did happen, and you can see like those little details that were added. Now here I was just getting my palette ready for the thumbnail on my right hand. That pink is Pixel Princess from Nails by Dev, and the blue is Mermaid Lagoon from Ball Pit. And then this color that I'm mixing up here is Mimosa, and the white, Mimosa is from Madam Glam, the white is from Ball Pit, and that was to make like the tannish kind of color that the font is on the handbook for the recently deceased. Here I am just painting that nail with Fudge Pop from Ball Pit. This is part of her new collection that she just released, and it is such a pretty brown color, and it was absolutely perfect for this nail. It was like the almost exact color of the book. I did only do one coat of I did 2 coats of this, because up towards like the cuticle it got a little like streaky and weird, but I did do 2 coats of that, and I cured each coat for 60 seconds. And then I did wipe it off with alcohol before going in with any of the nail art. I wiped all of the nails off with alcohol before going in with the nail art. And then for the beetle nails, because I did do chrome, I did matte top coat those and then buff them so the chrome didn't stick to the background part. But anyhow, here I am attempting to write handbook for the recently deceased on this nail. And yes, I am writing it upside down because holding your thumb the other way is really uncomfortable, and there was no way I was going to be in frame for that. I pretty much always do my thumb upside down, like paint on it upside down anyhow. It's a lot easier for me to do that. I know I could have like flipped it so that the nail art was facing towards me, but I don't like to have those other 4 nails be facing away from me and then have the thumb be facing towards me. Like, it bothers me. I need them all to be going the same way. So either the nail art needs to be facing towards me or facing away from me. And since the rest was facing away from me, I made it this one also face away from me. Which is ironic because on my other thumb it doesn't face the same way, but I'll get to that in a minute. I did struggle with the lettering on this a lot. As you saw, I did start over a couple times there. I did switch to a 7mm liner brush for that to get the lettering down, and I did do it off camera, and I restarted it probably 5 or 6 times before I got it down, and it's still not the greatest, but it was good enough, and I was satisfied with it after I got it like this. Now I'm just doing that little picture that is on the book of the man and woman holding hands, and then there's like the sun with the clouds and everything. This blue is mixed up. It is Mermaid Lagoon and the white mixed together. And then, yeah, just going in and adding the little man and woman and doing all the little details on that. And for the sandworm and for this nail here, I am flash curing in between when I need to. If there is going to be color on top, or I'm going to layer more gel on top of something, I will cure it for the full 60 seconds before adding anything on top of it. That way I don't have any uncured gel. But if it is something that's not going to have anything on top of it, then I do just go ahead and flash cure it real quick. And then I do a final 60-second cure when I am completely done with everything. And then I did mention earlier how I had an idea for my thumbs, but then as I started doing all of this, I was like, I don't know if I really want to do that. This was my original idea for the thumb, was for this thumb to be the handbook. But then once I started doing all of this and I was seeing how long it was taking me to get everything done, I was like, I don't really know if I want to spend all this time to do this book and put all that detail that is on it. I was thinking of just doing the Beatles on both of my thumbs again, but then I ultimately decided to just go ahead and do my original plan that I had for this set, and to go ahead and do the handbook on this nail because I just thought it would look a little better to, or not necessarily look better, but like, I don't know, I just felt like it was fitting to have the book on here and not just repeat the Beatles again. I don't know, this was what I originally visioned for it, so this is just what I ended up going ahead and doing. Also, all the nail art took me, well, I don't want to say it took me this long, but I was working on the nail art alone for like 11 and a half hours. I did take a break after almost every single nail, and like go off and do something else for a while and then come back and get back into it, do a nail, and then like run off, go do something else and come back. Like I was going back and forth the entire day between doing nail art and then like scrolling on my phone for a while or watching a show on TV or something. So it did take me a lot longer to finish everything, but if I would have just sat down and went through and did it all in one go and not like constantly be taking breaks, it probably would have taken me half the time, so like 5-ish hours to do it all. But yeah, I was just going back and forth because I could not sit and focus on doing this for very long. I feel like my focus ever since I had COVID is like not there. Like I cannot focus at all, and I'm constantly like forgetting what I'm doing and like losing track of what I was saying or what I was doing, which apparently is like a thing. It's a symptom of like long COVID, so I'm like, cool, I probably have that. That's great. Love that. Anyhow, moving on to my other thumb, which this was the original idea for this thumb. Like I said, I was thinking about doing the Beatles again, but then I went back to my original idea. So this thumb is the Beetlejuice, like, neon light sign, you know, whenever you see it pointing to like his grave or whatever. It's the yellow sign with like the red and yellow lights going around it with the arrow. That's what this is. So I just went in with Mimosa and did that middle part. And now for this red, I didn't use Lifeguard Crush because that is a very like neon red, and it is going on top of white, so it's going to make it even more like bright and neon, and I didn't really want that. I wanted it to be a little darker of a red, so I am using, I want to say it's called Power Up from Nails by Dev, because it is a little bit of a darker red. It looks orange on camera, but it is red. And then just outlined that yellow part. I did it like this. Instead of painting the entire nail yellow and then going back in with the red outline, or painting the entire nail red and then going in and doing that yellow block there in the middle, because I didn't want to have to do multiple layers of either the red or the yellow, and I didn't want it to end up looking orange either way. So that's why I did it the way that I did it. Now I'm just writing Beetlejuice on there like it is on the sign. It says Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice on the sign. And this was so hard for me to do. You're gonna see me do a little bit on camera, but I ended up having to do it off camera because it was so hard, because I was doing this with my non-dominant hand, and I'm not very good with working with my non-dominant hand. Most of the time it doesn't look too bad, but writing out anything with my non-dominant hand always looks super bad. So yeah, the writing on this looks awful, but also I feel like it kind of fits with everything because you know, it's kind of crazy, a little messy. I mean, Beetlejuice himself is a mess, and he, you know, is a 300, 600, however old he is, demon. So I feel like the writing worked, but it's not the exact lettering that is on the sign. So, you know, it is what it is. But after I got that written out, went ahead, cured it. Now I'm just going in with my dotting tool and dotting on what are the little lights, and then I go ahead and cure those. And as I was doing my right hand here with my left hand, I realized that I haven't really been doing very detailed like nail art on myself here recently. If you go back and watch some of my older stuff, you will see that I done more detailed stuff even on my right hand. Like a couple years ago, I did Coraline nails for Halloween, and they looked a lot better than how these Beetlejuice nails were doing, and I did some pretty detailed stuff. I also did a St. Louis Cardinals set on my right hand, which was pretty detailed as well, and it looked a whole lot better. And then, I don't know, I just started doing a lot more easier stuff, I feel like. And I feel like I kind of lost being able to do those more detailed pieces on my right hand with my non-dominant hand. So I think I'm going to start, like, practicing more, maybe even in some of my videos, even if it's just like a press-on set, doing it with my left hand to try and challenge myself and to practice so I can get back to that level that I was at, that I feel like I've kind of lost over time because I haven't really been pushing myself and challenging myself. So I do want to start doing that again. But anyhow, after everything is all done and completely cured, I'm going in with my LGN shiny top coat and top coating all of the nails. Once I get that applied, I do go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. And this is how they came out. I did apply cuticle oil. I thought I was filming when I did that, but apparently I wasn't. Anyhow, I am super happy with how these came out. I am in love with them, even though I did kind of go a little easier on my right hand, and that writing isn't all that great. On either hand, the lettering isn't all that great, especially not on my right hand. But even with all of that, I am super happy with this set, and I love how it came out. I think it is absolutely perfect for what I was going for. You know, I was just trying to make something that was Beetlejuice-esque for the movie that was coming out, and I definitely accomplished that with this set. I am the most proud of that sandworm. I absolutely love the sandworm and how it came out. It is my favorite nail out of all of them. And this is what the underside looks like with those swirls. I was not trying to make those swirls look perfect at all. I mean, it's Tim Burton. And Tim Burton, like, his style isn't very perfect. It is kind of like wiggly and wobbly and like messy, so I feel like the little swirls underneath fit very well, not being, you know, perfect swirls. And here they are under flash, so you can see how that glitter looks there on the pinky and the middle fingers. And then, like I said at the beginning, I did put glow powder on the underside to just add a little something extra to the nails, so the bottom of the nails do glow green. And then here they are outside in the sun, and you can really see that sparkle, and you can really see like the colors. Oh my god, a bug just flew in my face. Anyhow, what was I saying? The chrome, you can see the chrome shifting really well here in the sunlight as well. I was struggling trying to show the underneath of the thumb there. I kind of gave up. But overall, I am super happy with this set and how it came out, and I absolutely love it. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.